When installing parallel conductors, it's crucial to ensure they are of equal length as much as possible. The reason for maintaining equal lengths is to prevent circulating currents. Unequal lengths can lead to differences in impedance among the parallel conductors. This impedance difference causes current to distribute unevenly, with shorter conductors carrying more current and longer conductors carrying less. The disproportionate current distribution can cause overheating in the conductors carrying higher currents and reduce the overall efficiency and lifespan of the electrical system. Forming a loop in one-phase conductor, such as an 8 to 10-inch loop, is an acceptable practice to equalize conductor lengths. As for the minimum bend radius, it is a critical consideration when working with conductors to prevent damage to the insulation and the conductor itself. Bending conductors too sharply can cause stress and cracking in the insulation, leading to potential short circuits or ground faults. Excessive bending can also damage the conductor strands, reducing its current carrying capacity and increasing resistance. Article 338.10 addresses the minimum bend radius for conductors. For conductors No. 14 American wire gauge and larger, the minimum bend radius is 5 times the conductor diameter. For conductors No. 12 American wire gauge to No. 10 American wire gauge, it is 4 times the conductor diameter. And for conductors No. 8 American wire gauge to No. 2 American wire gauge, it is 3 times the conductor diameter. To illustrate, if working with 600 THWN conductors No. 14 American wire gauge, and assuming a diameter of 0.64 inches, the calculation would be 5 multiplied by 0.64 inches, resulting in a minimum bend radius of 0.32 inches. For 600 THWN conductors No. 12 American wire gauge with a diameter of 0.81 inches, the calculation would be 4 multiplied by 0.81 inches, resulting in a minimum bend radius of 0.324 inches. For 600 THWN conductors No. 10 American wire gauge with a diameter of 0.102 inches, the calculation would be 4 multiplied by 0.102 inches, resulting in a minimum bend radius of 0.408 inches. For 600 THWN conductors ranging from No. 8 American wire gauge to No. 2 American wire gauge with a diameter of 0.129 inches, the calculation would be 3 multiplied by 0.129 inches, resulting in a minimum bend radius of 0.387 inches. Ensure that bends do not exceed the specified minimum bend radii. Exceeding these limits can result in damage or excessive stress on the conductors. Always consult the relevant electrical codes and manufacturer specifications for the specific type and size of conductors being used to ensure compliance and safety. To reiterate the importance of maintaining equal lengths in parallel conductors, consider a scenario where 2 parallel conductors of different lengths are connected to load. The shorter conductor will have a lower impedance than the longer conductor, causing it to carry a larger share of the current. This unequal current distribution can lead to overheating of the shorter conductor, potentially causing insulation damage and increasing the risk of fire. In contrast, the longer conductor will carry less current, which may not be sufficient to properly supply the load. This situation can result in voltage drops and reduced performance of the equipment connected to the circuit. Therefore, it is essential to equalize the lengths of parallel conductors to ensure that the current is evenly distributed, and that each conductor carries its fair share of the load. This can be achieved by carefully measuring and cutting the conductors to the same length, or by introducing loops in the shorter conductors to match the length of the longer conductors. When making bends in conductors, it is also important to consider the spacing between the conductors. Closely spaced conductors can create hot spots due to reduced airflow and increased heat buildup. Therefore, it is recommended to maintain adequate spacing between conductors to allow for proper ventilation and heat dissipation. The specific spacing requirements may vary depending on the size and type of conductors, as well as the ambient temperature and other environmental factors. Consulting the relevant electrical codes and standards for guidance on conductor spacing is advisable. In addition to the minimum bend radius, it is also important to consider the type of bending tools used when working with conductors. Using improper tools or techniques can damage the insulation or the conductor strands, reducing its current carrying capacity and increasing resistance. Therefore, it is recommended to use specialized bending tools that are designed for the specific type and size of conductors being used. These tools can help ensure that the bends are smooth and uniform without causing any damage to the conductors. Furthermore, when installing conductors in tight spaces, it is important to avoid sharp bends or kinks that can create stress points and reduce the lifespan of the conductors. In such situations, it may be necessary to use flexible conduit or other types of raceways to protect the conductors and allow for gentle bends. It is also important to ensure that the conductors are properly supported and secured to prevent them from sagging or rubbing against other objects, which can also cause damage over time. The type of insulation used on conductors can also affect their bending characteristics. For example, some types of insulation are more flexible than others and can withstand tighter bends without cracking or damage. Therefore, it is important to select the appropriate type of insulation for the specific application and to follow the manufacturer's recommendations for bending and handling the conductors. In addition to the electrical considerations, it is also important to consider the mechanical aspects of conductor insulation. Conductors must be properly supported and secured to prevent them from moving or vibrating, which can cause wear and tear over time. The support should be spaced at appropriate intervals to prevent sagging and to ensure that the conductors are not subjected to excessive stress. The type of supports used will depend on the size and type of conductors, as well as the location and environment in which they are installed. It is also important to protect the conductors from physical damage, such as impact or abrasion. This can be achieved by using conduit or other types of raceways to enclose the conductors and protect them from external forces. The raceways should be properly sealed to prevent moisture or other contaminants from entering and damaging the conductors. When making connections to conductors, it is important to use proper termination techniques to ensure a secure and reliable electrical connection. Loose or corroded connections can cause arcing, overheating, and even fire. Therefore, it is recommended to use crimp connectors or other types of mechanical connectors that are specifically designed for the type and size of conductors being used. The connectors should be properly installed and tightened to the manufacturer's specifications to ensure a secure and reliable connection. Finally, it is important to inspect the conductors and connections regularly to identify any signs of damage or deterioration. Damaged or deteriorated conductors should be replaced immediately to prevent electrical hazards. The connections should be checked for tightness and corrosion, and any loose or corroded connections should be tightened or replaced. Regular inspection and maintenance can help ensure the safety and reliability of the electrical system.